Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Hishika by CZT Minako Wada. And I hope I got that at least close. All right. What a neat tangle this is for filling in or a background. All right. I'm going to do my four corners lightly. And a border. And, okay, so it starts, because I didn't necessarily want it to go all the way to the edge, and sometimes it's just fun to do that. All right. This is, it's a grid pattern on the diagonal. So, yeah, and it doesn't matter where you start. Actually, I'm just going to start here. I usually kind of start in the middle. I'm going to do this bigger than I think because on my version of the step out, I was like, oh, I should have done this a little bigger maybe. It still turns out fine, whatever size you do. But, okay, so diagonal is going one way. Then turn your tile and look at it. I'd like to start just picking a place in wherever. And that's just where I start, just because. And then... let me turn it so I can see and not have my hand in the way. Yeah, and then aim to make, big well, if you look at it this way, it's squares. This way, it's diamonds. All right, next. And this is one of the rare times that we will cross over other lines, but we will in this one. Okay. And I don't believe that it matters which direction you go. So I'm going to do this. And so just almost aura-ing, and you pick the distance, but something narrow like that. And honestly, I didn't try it, but I'm kind of thinking that this could go along the lines of other times. Oops, then I got that little bit of a line right up there. Other things where we'll aura, and where sometimes it's like, well, if I've drawn it too big or whatever. So like, if I'm thinking, if you have some uneven grids and you're like, well, you know what? Maybe this line I'll put above and this line I'll go below and it would even it out. That's what I'm thinking is a nice kind of course correction. Now, I will warn you, I found myself get a little eyeball confused with this one. All right. It was like, okay, and which way? Okay. And like I said, I really don't think it matters. But turning the other direction, so that way the grid that we have, all of these lines are going to be doubled. All right. Oops, let's get that little guy right there. That's why I like doing my squiggly border, because sometimes it's just fun. It's like hollabow. Well, I'm like hollabowing underneath the border, and I just think it's fun. And I also think it has a neat look afterwards. Okay, so here's where we're at so far. Or this way if you like it better that way. Oh, I like it better that way. You can see how, and it doesn't matter. It's just funny. Okay. Now, this is where the eyeball confusion can come in, but don't fear, it's all good. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do another grid through this. So in this empty space in the insides, we're just doing a single in both directions. So kind of try to find the middle and a straight line and middle again. And this one is easy. Okay. Then turning, right, what is that, 90 degrees, and going the other way. And this is where I'm like, wait a minute, now where? It's really not that hard, but for some reason my eyes were going like, what? Wait. Okay, there's the center. And I like to just let you know, just so that way it's not you. And forewarning, because it just feels really, really weird. Okay, and then this is what you end up with. It's kind of a neat plaid. All right, next. Now, of course, I do the read after looking at the step out and playing with it. One thing that was mentioned was, I'm looking at it to reread it. Let's see. Where did it go? Something about drop shapes, for the flower. And I wasn't really seeing it in the step out. They just look like thick. So here's what I ended up doing. And you could do this either way. I ended up, first I was like, oh, I'll just draw a big oval and I'll fill it in because that's what it looked like. But then I'm like, no, I didn't like how it was coming out. So what I did was I just kind of went back and forth and made a line like that. Just a thick line. And then neatening it up at the top. Although it could look like stitches if you didn't, right? If you're just, it's kind of like if you've done not that you've ever had to do the Bronx cheer, but if you have, just because, or the Bronx spear even, where we're doing like this, and they're like, we call them like pearls, like black pearls. And just by the way, this is the ultimate in course correction. You do this, just scribble some orbs in a place where you want them, where they're required. And then, when you get it the size that you need, then you just put a little I have a video on it. It's the Bronx cheer. Like I said, it's the ultimate in course corrections. And you do that, and even you will forget what it was underneath there. But anyway, I kind of like that versus doing like a flux type shape, because that's what I was picturing, and these just didn't look like that. So this is my interpretation of it. You can do whatever you like, as you know. And so, and I'm sorry, I'm just doing and I'm not explaining. So where there's the single line intersections, that's where we're doing this. I'm just doing, I'm just tangling and I'm just talking to y'all, and you're just supposed to know. All right. And then, like I said, I have these little partials here, so it's just doing this, and again, around every single line intersection. Now, of course, you have to kind of make it up a little bit, although this one didn't turn out too bad. You know what? I can't even see it in my version, of the step out, but like here, okay, it's not even. So what? And then after you put all of these in, you just don't even notice. Because I know there's a number of people that don't necessarily like the grid patterns. See, and I just kind of like that, kind of it's this difference. It's the difference between Zentangle and doodling. Zentangle is on purpose. There's deliberateness with our strokes. So I was gonna say, this is like this is deliberate scribbling. So it fits right in to Zentangle. And apparently you don't have to do these in any order. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't get that one yet. Oh, I didn't get that one yet. Oh, let's see. This one, I'll be a part of it right here. This is also why I like to do this, because it's like a puzzle. So fun. And I think it's neat to, to just make it look like this is something that was underneath something else and we have just ripped it. I think I got them all. Maybe a little tip. All right. That's it. It's adorable. Now, look at for more inspiration link. And I thought it was interesting. Actually, I'm going to do the shading that Minako did in her step out. And gorgeous work, by the way. And a neat gathering of tangles there, really pretty. But also looking at Linda Farmer's, the little thumbnail picture, because what she did, she filled in, actually both of them put like a white dot in the center, and that's what got me looking. I'm like, well, wait a minute, how, I suppose if you just, you could leave a space, well, you could sort of, but you could also just use a white gel pen and leave a dot. Now let's see if I can get this. I'll behave here and do the one side at a time like I like to, just so that way I'm not turning the tile for every single box. But this is what on the step up, this is how the shading looked. I don't think, wait, let me go back. She didn't cross. Nope. What? Wait. Take that back. It does look, wait, because if you cross, yep, no, it does look like these were crossed. Well, it does actually, I don't need to do that, do I? I can just go like this. Look at, see? Oh, funny. And keeping it on the one side, or towards the inside. So if I'm looking at the, the X. And, and I know she, in reading, it is, kind of meant to look more flower-like. So maybe rounding those up would make a little bit of sense. But I don't know, I kind of like it. That's what's so fun about Zentangle too, right? Is that, we can put our own little spin on something, and if we like it, just do it. It's okay. No one's going to yell at you. All right. This is kind of ends up being like when I shade Halabow, and so the place that is going to be untouched, like that center, will just all of a sudden look so much brighter than everything else. And one more side. And of course, does it have to be shaded? No. And you could probably find another way to shade it if you wish. You could put just, an orb of graphite right in the center of the flower and or the X. Well, I've got so much on this Tortillion. Yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. There we go. Yeah, I like it. But finishing touch. Go around my border with some heavy graphite. And we'll smudge it out to the outside. Could do it to the inside, but nah. It's too small. You still get a nice effect this way. Sorry. Here, watch what I'm doing. Oh, some of you know already. I mean, I've gotten, well, no. I've gotten a little bit better. Mom's gotten better at not doing that where we're, start tangling in our lap type of thing. And if I had my camera here stationary, although I could I could put some tape on the tables. Like this is, like when you're marking spots, like for, actors and stuff. This is your spot. Don't go past this line. This is this spot. That's why I try to keep this here. Just because. It's not really helping. All right. Super neat. Super neat. All right. I feel like it needs something else. Oh, like a little bit more darkness. But, oh, here it is. Just right on that edge. And this, by the way, is a colorless blender by Prismacolor. Yes. The maker of colored pencils. Who knew? I didn't know until my friend Rosemary showed me what you can do with this colorless blender and graphite. It's amazing. And it works spectacular on the colored pencils as well. Here we go. Just wanted a little bit more darkness without adding more graphite. Really neat. I don't know, I just thought it was really cute. So, and like I said, those could be a little bit wider if you wish. take a look at the For More Inspiration link, and you judge for yourself, and you do it how you want to do it. All right, so if you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have, would love it if you click on the like button. If you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you subscribe to the channel. And let's see, I mentioned the description section for finding the step outs. What I didn't mention is that below those is my Linktree link. And so there you can find ways to connect with me if you wish. If you would like to do, come and join and tangle with a bunch of other tanglers from all over the place, live, online. We would love to have you join us. The more the merrier. I have a lot of free sessions, and then I have ones that have a small fee. And then I also have a subscription club. So if you try us out for free or try a pay class, see if it seems like stuff that you might like to do, then check out the club, because it's if you think you're going to do something on a regular basis, it's a pretty decent deal, as long as you like my goofy style and our beautiful community. All right. So, and speaking of beautiful community, I have this stick in my hand and I'm doing this as I'm saying it. Come and join us on Facebook if you happen to be on Facebook. We have a private Tangle Addicts community group. The link is in the link tree. There are 4 questions that you must answer in order to gain entry, just so you're aware. And then just all kinds of fun will be had. All right. Other cool links there. It's pretty self-explanatory. And so with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.